morning. It is November the 16th, and I'm Roland Arisola, your 2023 TACCA president.
I'm Keith Gatewood, your executive director, and we're back with you again. And apologize that this is a little late coming this month. Had some technical difficulties on our first recording, so better late than never.
Exactly.
Roland, tell us what's going on or been going on in our chapters around the state.
Perfect. So going around the state here, TACCA Greater Dallas, which is our North Texas area, is last week had their codes meeting. This is with the city of Dallas to be able to sit down, meet with the inspectors or the chief inspector, and talk about go around the table, talk about what they're seeing, issues on filled jobs, or things that they require have changed on either code issues or just what they feel is the better thing to do. Which is something that I think all of us throughout the state, every municipality, chapters, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, I hope that everyone's doing this, because the more collaboration we have with our inspectors, our chief inspectors, the easier the jobs are going to be. When we all know the code changes are coming, or we all know that this is what's failing, we work together and we don't have inspectors mad at us, or wanting to know why we did something, because what we don't know, we just don't know. And the more we get together and we talk, the more we'll know. So good on them for doing that. And can't wait till the Austin side meets again. So we meet with our inspectors as well and find out what's going on in our area. I hope y'all do the same. San Antonio, they just had their golf tournament. That was last week. Hope everything went well there. I'm sure it was a good time there. Don always puts some good things together. So I'm sure that went well. South Plains, they had Heat the Town, and that was a couple weeks ago.
End of October.
End of October. So 75 applicants is what I saw that they had, which is amazing that they were able to run that many service calls. Our Houston chapter, a lot of training going on with Chris Walters. That's going around the state. Actually, Austin's having it this week. We've got a few guys in those classes. So please be looking out for those. These are some great classes. If you have not sent one of your employees out there, or you go yourself, Chris Walters knows what he's talking about. He's not, particularly saying a carrier unit, a Goodman unit. He's talking about troubleshooting throughout. Brazing, doesn't matter what brand, just the proper way of doing it. So please look forward to those, and I encourage you to sign up for some of them classes, yourself or your employees. They are very valuable. The Austin chapter, we just had podium out for our contractor meeting. How an AI service can help most of us on response time, for our reviews and our leads that are coming in. A lot of times, if you don't have a person that's 100% that's all they're doing, sitting there waiting for those to come in, Podium has it set up to where they have AI that will respond to them, which is quick responses, and they have shown that it has improved the leads and actually profitability to the customers that they take care of. So I would encourage you to speak to them as well. Keith?
Yeah, that AI is definitely on the horizon. It's going to be involved in just about everything, it seems like, going forward. But Roland touched on the North Texas meeting. I was able to get up there to that, and I'm going to try to be able to get around the state to the chapter meetings. And there's not a lot in December. There's some holiday parties. I know Houston has theirs on December 4th. But check out the websites for all the different chapters of the goings on around there. So we encourage you to do each month to see what's going on and get plugged in. But that chapter meeting in North Texas, having those inspectors in, I thought it was really great, because the inspectors led off with things that the contractors needed to know. For instance, the chief inspector was there, and he mentioned right off that a lot of folks are coming in filing permits, and he's checking everybody's license, and maybe they just have a refrigeration license, but they're putting in a permit to do residential or commercial work, and he's having to tell them, sorry, but I can't do that for you. So, be mindful of that. But another good thing was they were listening to the contractors. The contractors came back not so much with just questions, but to say, hey, these are some things that are going on. So that communication, like Roland was talking about, is a win for everybody. And so we encourage you in your areas, the chapters, to set up these, bring these code inspectors in and create those opportunities for the contractors and the inspectors to get on the same page about everything. But glad to see what they did there. I also mentioned training with what's going on in the mobile training out of Houston. You can find that around the state. I know there's talk about maybe getting one set up down in San Antonio, so watch for that coming. But we also want to remind you about through TACCA, you have the opportunity to come in and take advantage of the interplay training. Great training across the board, not just HVAC, but there's electrical and plumbing and safety and all sorts of training on there. I know Stans uses interplay. So go in and check that out on our website as well under the education section. Moving on, wanted to remind you that as members, you get access to the AC Today trade newspaper. If you're not getting a paper copy of that and you'd like that, I've got the email address here on the screen of the editor. Reach out to him and say, hey, I'd like to get back on the mailing list if it had dropped off or hadn't been on there. Of course, you can access that online with them, but a lot of great information in there. Of course, it's a great resource to find out what's going on with TACCA around the state and all of our trainings. But that AC Today newspaper is a great resource for the industry. They've got a long track record, not just in Texas, but all around the states around us. But they have a special affinity for being in Texas. They're actually housed out of New Braunfels. So it's a great resource for you, and that's included in your membership. So reach out if you're not getting that. Check with Lance at AC Today and get back on that mailing list. Our supply houses are supposed to be receiving copies of that as well, so you should find that when you go into supply house. If you go in and they don't have a copy of that, tell them about it. Say, hey, this is the way we can stay connected and back to that communication of everybody else. Moving on to our CE classes, we're still blowing and going right now. Finishing up some CE on this year. Our current CE class, the SEER 2 class, will actually go through the end of March. And we've got plans right now working on the next year's CE. We're going to be recording the online version of that because, of course, besides in-person classes, you do have the opportunity to take our CE online as well. So that's in the process, in the works. One of the things we're also doing, especially going into this new year, is expanding not only our Saturday classes, but trying to get more plugged into the weekdays. And so to give people more flexibility as well as more locations, we're moving out of hotel spaces, coming back into our supply houses and college campuses and things of that nature to make those better connections for everybody. And as I said, we're adding in the weekday to make it a little bit easier for some folks. I've had some folks tell us, I work hard all week. I don't necessarily want to go to class on Saturday. So look for those coming up in the new year. If your license is coming due this next quarter, we'll have those classes out there for you. But as always, encourage you to check out our website for all things TACCA, whether that be the classes or our associate members. Folks like AC Today being a member benefit to you, we've got quite a few member benefits out there for you through associate members. And so we're looking at new ones all the time. And so come back to that website and check those out. We'll be doing emails out to folks about the new ones that we bring on and refreshing ones that may have been around for a while, and just to remind everybody what benefits that you get from those things. So we encourage you to come back on that. Finally, on my part, obviously Thanksgiving's coming up. We want to wish everyone a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Next week, the TACCA office, we'll work till noon on Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Monday following the holiday. So if you need anything, catch us Wednesday before the noon hour, and we'll get back with you after that. All right, that's what I've got rolling. If you want to wrap us up for this Thanksgiving month.
Thank you, Keith. And yes, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope it's going to be a safe and enjoyable time for everyone, and that you get to spend good quality time with your family and get a lot to eat.
Yes, sir.
Last I wanted to bring up was we talked about the modules behind me, like what we use for training, and actually what conditions the space in our training room up here, the equipment that we talked about a month ago. And we talked about maybe bringing up about our plumbing side. So we have a module downstairs that our plumbers use to be able to train on, and it's a tankless water heater that we have set up downstairs that we'll try to bring up next month to be able to talk about. I need to get with Brian or Johnny. Brian's our plumbing manager, and then Johnny Rodriguez is our field supervisor out in the field. So one of them will be the ones that'll be talking about that, because I know air conditioning. I don't know that much about plumbing. So I'd rather have the people that know what they're doing about it talk about it. If you've always thought about what you could do, if you're listening to this video and you're a contractor and you'd like to see some change, and you have a voice. Hey, this is the time of year where we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people to get on the boards for your local chapter or even on the state side. So nominations are going around at this point in time. You know, it can be anyone. You know, if you're a contractor, you have a voice. We want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
So please reach out to us.
Yeah, you can email me directly on that. We've sent an email out a couple of times with a nomination form, but if nothing else, just send me that. And of course, my email here is on the screen. Be sure and send that out to us. We need many voices, as we say a lot of times. You know, many hands make light work. It comes to the same when we're running our local chapters and our state association. We need lots of voices chipping in to do that. And if you happen to miss, if you didn't see the video where we did a couple back on this equipment back here, go back and watch that. Next month we'll bring you the plumbing version of that. And of course, a lot of you out there are, you know, multifaceted now, whether it is HVAC or plumbing or electrical or all the above, and even solar and all the other technologies that come along. You know, our job at the TACCA state level is to assist you. And so if that helps you with some of this stuff, we're glad to do it. That's the name of the game of what we're here for. And again, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you coming to these videos. We appreciate your feedback. Your comments are always welcome. And encourage you, if you have any particular topics you'd be interested in us covering, let us know. But again, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I'm Keith Gatewood, your executive director, and I want to wish you again that happy Thanksgiving.
Roland Air Solar, your 2023 TACCA State President. Wishing everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see y'all in December.
Bye-bye.